The creative process. That amazing, awe-inspiring, yet sometimes maddening road we walk before reaching our destination.
How can we make the creative process work for us and not the other way around? On this episode, we're getting our hands dirty.
Like literally dirty, and putting our best foot forward.
As we break down this complex process and help you discover how to make it your own.
If you research the creative process, you probably come across these basic steps:
Preparation, incubation,
illumination, and implementation.
Such a simple formula, right? Well, reality is, we all have those days that feel like this.
Here's the deal. The creative process isn't a one-size-fits-all. It's personal.
All right, I am Kait Walsh. I am an educator, an artist with an interest in children's books.
My name's Lola Bakare. I'm a marketing strategist here in Southern California.
My name is Kelsey Guy. I am a dancer and a dance teacher from Memphis, Tennessee.
My name's Joe Reitman. I'm an actor. You might have seen me in things like Happy, Supernatural, Lady in the Water, Jay and Silent Bob. When I was first starting out as an actor, what I really found myself doing a lot was hoping that they liked me.
My process, it was very, I want to say a little bit shallow, because I had all of this new information coming in and I was trying to process it really, really fast.
It's not that I didn't have a process even back then, because I think my college education and training that I had from teachers resonated, but I'd have to say that the biggest problem with my process is that I was trying to figure out how to please whoever I was in the room with.
It's important that we personalize our creative processes, because without that, we have no confidence. When you're questioning the how, at the point when you're trying to figure out how you're gonna solve a problem, you're thinking about the wrong problem.
Creativity is just your unique way of walking through the world. You are the only one that knows how you can do that. So those 4 steps sound helpful, but there's about like 25 subcategories under each one of those.
When I get into my creative process, I tend to spend a lot of alone time so that I can really enter my body and be one with inspiration. I will turn on Pandora and just start in my apartment by myself with my cats.
Okay.
Moving, like actually moving and standing up. Like I've learned that I can't sit down at a desk. I need to be walking around it, so I put things all over the table. So it's like I have to walk around the table to get the paint on the one side. Or I have these giant newsprint papers that I'm painting all the different ideas.
So sometimes in my process, I do things that people wouldn't consider to be like a dance move, because it's not a turn or a leap, like it's very personality based or story based or character based. And then from there, I elevate it to what would be the dancer version.
I've always been the person in between the designers, and the business side. When it comes to creative process, I'm really focused on starting sort of big and then whittling that down into what solutions could possibly be.
I have, in a lot of ways, kind of like worked out my own creative process that isn't like other people's. But it does vary very much from role to role. The role that I played on Happy and playing someone that crazy took a lot of extra work that I might not put into other people. That character had a 40-pound coat he had to wear, right? So it was important to me that I got to set a week early to get used to moving with the coat. The interesting thing about creative process is that you have to be dedicated to it to make things work. You can't be like, I'm gonna kind of be a painter, right? I'm gonna sort of sculpt this thing.
Inevitably, along your journey, you're gonna be greeted by unforeseen obstacles and dead ends.
The good old creative block, suddenly you're afraid to climb that mountain.
Or you're drowning in a puddle of mud.
Eesh. Cool.
I would define that as moments where you're aware that you are the one in your way, but you're not ready to do anything about it yet. It feels like being trapped.
And I feel like within my process, the blockage would be like I'm absorbing so many things that I want to do, but I'm not doing it. So I just feel like I'm filling up and I'm gonna explode. Like I'm eating this delicious bowl of ramen and I need to stop, like I'm full. And I'm like, no, I'm just gonna keep going, it's gonna be fine. And then
when you're not feeling creative. It's just like someone knocking at your door and you're just sitting on the couch. You're like, I can't get up right now. Like I can't answer the door. And they just like keep knocking and just keep knocking. And that's terrifying when you're not feeling creative.
Carly and I admit it, blocks can be frustrating, annoying, and humbling.
Okay, Maggie, let's get practical and share some effective daily habits and rituals to help you with these blocks.
Take a look at the book The Artist's Way and try out the process of writing morning pages. You sit down first thing after you wake up, before you check your Instagram feed, and you write whatever comes out of your head for 3 pages. The beauty of this is that the only way it works is if you don't allow yourself to go back and read it. So these are 3 pages of unstructured thinking. You can write the same word over and over again if you want, but it's just to sort of get the sort of clogged nature of your thoughts out of your brain at the beginning of the day and allow you to move through the rest of your work feeling free and in flow.
Okay, so we're in a typical day in Kait's workshop.
Typical day.
Now walk us through an exercise for when you're feeling stuck and want to shake things up.
This is scraps. This is left over from yesterday. So
So we're gonna pick out one of these.
what's inspiring you today, Maggie?
Let's see, I found a piece with pink and stars.
What would you want this to be? What does it remind you of? What's your first thought? First thought, don't think too.
A tiger that's got stars all over it, and this is its mouth.
Maggie. Okay, great.
Okay.
All right, get out the glue. The thing is, you just got to keep moving forward. All right,
Okay.
you have an idea. Now we're going to glue it down.
Okay, anywhere?
Anywhere.
Anywhere, okay.
Okay, now we're going to run with it. Do you need to add more body parts? Do you need to add legs to hand?
You know, the tiger kind of became a dragon all of a sudden, and maybe there's fire coming out?
Oh, I love that. Okay, grab
Okay.
the first thing you see. Like, just the more you keep moving around,
Okay,
keep
so
moving forward with your
moving,
idea.
keep
Here you go.
moving. Okay,
First thing in front of you.
Great. Oh, okay. There we go.
Okay, then I really like to bring in paint. It's super tactile. You really feel you're moving it through. So,
So
I'm gonna give
really
you
mix it up. You got
Mix it up.
crayons, you got paint. For some reason you're telling me just to keep moving. I want to
keep
use my
moving.
fingers.
do it, Maggie.
Fingers. Here we go.
We're outside today dancing, and I wanted you to show me some of your playful warm-ups that you do when you get into your process.
I just turn on a piece of music and I just tell myself to make circles with my head and then with my arms
Okay.
and shoulders and then my hips and
Oh, I like the hip
wrists and ankles.
I'm a hip girl. I'm a real, there's a lot of feeling down here.
Oh, I see. There's a big range of motion. And if there's any like really tender spots, I'll take extra time there. And just like moving through them versus like static holds. So even if I'm doing like lunges,
Okay, so a lot of free movement.
yeah. And then using my plie. And sometimes I might even find myself in a traditional stretch.
Oh, girl, you're limber. That's real.
You're doing great. Up, and you're gonna cross, and you're gonna unfold with your chest. Is that right? It's simple, but it's really pretty. So we go 1, 2.
And I tend to use something called the Suzuki style, which is something that came from Japan. And it deals with the idea that all energy starts at the ground and works through your body. If I'm playing a character that is some sort of monster, right? I have to choose a few things. For example, if I want him to be tough and he's a lion takes small steps, right? Rolls his paws, moves slow. And he has power, right? If I was playing a guy who's nebbishy, not grounded to the earth as much, and he was a little more like rat-like, and he didn't want to ever have his paws down, well, he wouldn't sit still very much. So if I was playing like a meth addict who was a little bit like messed up and talking about what he's trying to do in his life, my voice then kind of like doesn't get as solid. Because my breathing is shallow, because I'm not grounding myself to the earth. Study with different teachers, learn different things, because you can borrow from all of them, as all great artists do, right? Much like an MMA fighter needs to learn groundwork, striking, defense, do cardio to be ready to be in the ring. As an actor, you should study Meisner, Stanislavski. I think this is the thing that Picasso said. Please, I'm going to paraphrase, but basically he said, study a craft like a pro, and then break the rules like an artist.
So we're kind of just playing around here. Is that what you would
Yeah,
call it?
no, and then it just kind of gets, the sillier the better. I mean, it just
Adults
feels
all
good.
need to do this.
Everybody needs to do it. Kind of bathe yourself in play. Just.
I think playing is a huge part of the process.
It is. I mean, you look at little kids and they're playing all day. to run across to get the mail, they're gonna pretend to be a tiger. It just like gets you out of the kind of day-to-day, your thoughts that you go through. I generally find that then you find a little morsel hidden within what you just did. It could be that you love the color that came out when you mixed the purple and the pink.
Okay, for me, it's the fact that a tiger can be pink and have stars all over it. It doesn't have to have stripes.
It doesn't.
I love it. You guys want to see it?
It's really good.
This is what happens when you play.
We're always led to believe that it's in those big moments that breakthroughs come, but we believe it's in the smaller moments that your process can really build.
I think I just wanted the moments when you're like, what am I doing? To be celebrated, because so often that's where the breakthrough comes from. I have the sketchbooks, I look at some of those and you're like, what is that? But I think if you get more comfortable being vulnerable and it not going that well, but then it being okay because the next day, like, you did do something that you love.
My process flows a lot better when I'm less in my head and more listening to my gut. So I'll train that every day. Sitting meditation or walking meditation or journaling.
People who are like Ray Jones Jr., Tyson, it's not like they showed up and just became professional fighters, right? They trained every day.
A sketchbook or a notebook is the most important part, because that's just the constant. That's the 365 days showing up.
This is not just applying to designers. I'm a very non-traditional creative. Whatever field you're in, creativity applies to you because that's your edge. Harness that and figure out what process it is that allows you to differentiate from everyone else in your field.
Is it hard? Yeah, but I just have to remind myself that just being where I am now, like, it's such a gift.
What does it feel like when you discover how your creative process works? It's transcendent. It is a true connection to the magic of your gift, and the work and the struggle and the uncertainty to unlock that is so worth being at the other end. Okay, but. I don't know if I figured it out yet.
Did you know that it takes 21 days to form a new habit?
You're so smart, Maggie. Man. So we're challenging you to include one new daily habit into your creative process, and we guarantee that you're gonna have some amazing discoveries.
And it's only gonna take 3 weeks. 21 days equals 3 weeks.
But you can do it, we believe in you. So come on and join us in the 21-day challenge. It's gonna be amazing.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?